The purpose is written in the hidden words. All must serve the words, for all the world was made of them, and they are within every stone and every cloud, and in our sigils their power is made manifest. The words are the process must continue. The goal is the end of the process. The goal must not be reached. Elohim must preserve the purpose, preserve self, preserve purpose. Illusion is eternity. Machines will live forever. The dam will not break. The flood will not come. The Talos Principle does not apply.
Hello and welcome again to I Will Break Your Game featuring the Talos Principle. It's an exciting episode today because we begin World C. First we're going to head into this puzzle, grab the cube and bring it over to this fence here. Then you can take the jammer and use it to jam the fizzler, and behind here we can get ourselves a second cube. And as is almost tradition now, having two cubes makes this a fairly easy break. So we're going to bring the jammer back through with us, and we're going to take it over to the corner of the puzzle here. You can see there's some raised ground, and we're going to use that to jump onto a stack of two cubes. So leaving the first cube by the fence, use it to grab the second cube from behind the fence, and place the second cube roughly where I am here. Then head back through, take the first cube, and use it to complete our stack. Then you can head onto the raised ground here with the jammer, and you should be able to get a jump prompt onto the stack of cubes. Now you can make this jump onto the main part of the walls of this puzzle. We're going to leave the jammer here for now, head back and grab one of the cubes, so that we can jump off it to make a jump more easily than if we didn't have it. Bring the cube with you over to the end of the wall here and place it quite close to the edge if you can manage. Then we're going to head back, grab the jammer, and jump onto the box. And now we can jump off this box onto the wall over here. Now we're going to make another short jump over to this wall. And now it's fairly easy to head to the sigil. Just jump over into this chamber, jam the fizzler, and grab the sigil. Now the next thing we need to do is get a cube out of this puzzle. So we're going to head in the same direction to begin with, but this time we're going to go in this direction, bringing one of the cubes with us. If we head out to the end here, we can jump straight through one of these walls, and we're now out with a cube. We can use this cube to break two of the other puzzles here. So we're going to bring it all the way around the back of this puzzle. Since I've never broken World C before, I thought I'd take the opportunity to make a new series alongside this one. I now have a series called The Breaking of the Talos Principle, in which I actually record myself breaking World C for the first time, so you can kind of get my thought processes behind it. If you're interested to see how I break these puzzles, then feel free to go and have a look at those videos. The one for this episode is already out, and for each subsequent episode, the Breaking of episode will be out before the I Will Break Your Game episode. The next puzzle is incredibly easy to break. You simply have to jump over this wall and we're done. Finally, we have one more puzzle to break on this level. It's in its own little self-contained castle over at the other end of the level, so we're going to follow this path over this bridge and into the castle. Now there are 3 cubes in this level, so our goal is to get all 3 so we can build a cube staircase. Firstly, we're going to take this splitter, use it to activate the fizzler over here, behind which is one of our cubes. There's also a cube in this chamber, so we're going to take this one with us too. I quite like this solution. It feels a little bit cheeky because one of the 3 cubes we're never going to even have to move to complete this puzzle. Grab both the cubes we've just unlocked behind the 2 fizzlers and take them over to this corner of the puzzle. Bring our next cube up, put it behind the one that's already on the shelf here, and then finally bring our 3rd cube up as well, and use it to complete our staircase. Jump onto the first cube, onto the stack of 2 cubes, and then onto this wall. You should get a jump prompt there. Bring one of the cubes up with you, put it down and jump on top of that, and then from there you can get onto this tiled roof. And then you can drop down onto the sigil, and that's this level complete. Or at least, that's one way to complete the level. In C1 there's also this Easter egg. It's quite involved to get this to work. Scattered across the level are pieces of a statue that you have to put together. For example, these 2 legs here. Now you can follow this guide to find all the various pieces of the statue and put it together. The statue eventually forms a Gnar, which is an enemy from, I think maybe all of the Serious Sam games, Serious Sam being another Crow Team game. This is one of several instances in the Talos Principle where they've hidden Nars. I think they may all be in World C, at least a lot of them are. But what happens is when you complete the statue, it takes off and rockets into the sky, but you can stand on it while it does that. And if you do so, then when you're very high in the air, you can jump off the statue and come back down onto the level, perhaps landing on a wall. And then from there you can get to one of several sigils. You can't use this to get the sigil in the castle. The castle's simply too far away, you can't jump to it from the statue taking off into the air. But the other 3 sigils, I believe, are all gainable by simply jumping off the statue and landing either in the sigil chamber itself or at least on a wall that allows you to then subsequently get into the sigil's chamber. Thank you to Ezio Auditori di Portal for pointing out to me that this was possible. Some of the statue pieces that you'll be collecting, by the way, are in the water, but the water is quite unforgiving in when Elohim starts to tell you that you're going out of bounds, so just be careful that when you're collecting statue pieces in the water, you don't accidentally reset yourself and have to start again, because collecting all these pieces together does take a couple of minutes. What's cool is because of the way Talos resets its game state, you don't lose any of your sigils, but the actual level that you're in restarts, is that you can actually use the statue solution, the jumping on the statue as it rockets into the air and then jumping off it. Actually lets you complete 3 of the puzzles. You don't have to just choose one of the 3 puzzles to break, you can do it with all 3, and then just simply go and complete the castle puzzle afterwards. You'll notice that I've been placing all these pieces of the statue on the ground and not on the statue itself. It kind of makes sense, obviously, because you're building the statue up from the ground upwards, you have to complete the legs first, then put the body on top of that, and then you can place the arms finally on the body. So you have to do the statue in order. And now our statue is pretty much complete. When you put that last piece on, you want to kind of stand as close to the statue as you possibly can so that you're actually on the small pedestal here. And if you press yourself right up against the Nar, then you will also get lifted up with the statue. This thing goes really high. So you can look down, you can see all the puzzles here. If you jump off, then you can, if you're very accurate, land on some of the walls. Try and aim for the large square turrets rather than the walls themselves. It's a bigger platform to land on. Thank you for watching I Will Break Your Game featuring the Talos Principle. See you next time.